Great. So thanks for coming. We're going to talk about what we're doing with AR, in particular around digital twins and infrastructure. We're also going to share a couple of use cases that we have out for this product. And if you have any questions later, we'll answer them at the end. But also we have a booth at the show. So my name's Don Murray, and I'm the co-founder and CEO. And I'm here with...
I'm Dmitri, Bagh, scenario creation analyst at Safe Software.
So awesome. So let's set the stage, and then we're going to play a video of the demo. There's nothing like seeing this, and I really encourage you to come by the booth. And then there's nothing like actually seeing it in person. And then really quickly, the platform, who we are, and then time for questions. So setting the stage, we're targeting organizations with infrastructure. So you can think, airports, utilities, local government, defense, public response, safety, anything that is interested in what's on the ground. Could be infrastructure or just boundaries on a line, for example. And so, so that's the target audience. We're not talking about, inside a jet engine or anything like that. So, So our goal is more and more of our customers are building these really high fidelity digital twins of their facilities, or even of key things in their cities, or even whole cities. And so our goal is to enable the field worker to have access to that digital twin so that they can interact with the data, not just view it, but actually interact with the digital twin, their facilities, infrastructure data in the field. As they need to. And when a field worker gets up in the morning, he doesn't necessarily know what he's going to need to do. And so with our technology, we're making the entire digital twin available to them in the field. So just a few value propositions. Reduce cognitive load, of course. And you can see things on the screen here. You're able to see your infrastructure in context. And so that's one of the key things about a digital twin on the desktop versus a digital twin in the field. You don't need the high fidelity in the field because you have reality to show you where things are. And of course, anytime you reduce cognitive load, that means a person can use their spare cognitive load for other things. Like they're not concentrating on this one thing. This is easy. Now they're able to see other things, and hence the enhanced data insights. And we'll talk at the end about how we make this cost-effective deployment. Obviously, in anything, when you're embracing new technology, cost is a factor. So FMER, that's what we're calling this technology, FMEAR. It brings the digital twin from the desktop, the big screen, to the digital field, and to the field. So with that, Dmitri's going to take over, and he's going to show us, walk us through this demo. And you can come to the booth and see it in person.
Yeah, so I will run the video itself, not inside the presentation. It will be easier. I may stop while I'm showing it to give more comments. So let's run this. So imagine, a field worker comes to a street in the city, so like this one. So, and whatever I show you today, it's not a polished marketing video. I just went out on Friday, made this video, missed a
You missed a meeting? That's okay.
Sorry about that,
I knew he was out in the field somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. What we don't want is to, go ahead of time and creating a copy of our existing database, create an AR model, and even think about that. So what is happening here? I will describe to you right now. So from my iPad, I submit my location to an app. Basically just get GPS readings, and that GPS readings, latitude and longitude, goes somewhere to the cloud. When I press this button, calculate infrastructure. It's a whole city. I have the whole city uploaded to the cloud. All the pipes, all the manholes, all the fire hydrants, all the street center lines. It's a pretty big city, 300,000 people. So, and I say I'm standing right here. So, and that signal goes to the cloud, clips the data around me, transform, that a simple CAD file or maybe GIS file, simple lines and points, transforms that into a 3D model. So lines are turned into pipes, points are turned into models, and brings that back. And that happens within maybe 30 seconds for this particular case. And again, GPS is not that good in an iPad, so you can see that it's a little bit off. So I can just drag the model, place it where it really belongs, and now I can start exploring it. You can see that it's on a slope, right? And so the data nicely follows the slope. So what can we do here? So we can ask for attributes for this particular, catch basin. So again, so we don't pack everything and bring to the device. You maybe don't need all the attributes for all the objects. In this case, I just ask for this particular one, for this particular pipe, and the signal goes to the cloud, transforms. Maybe just a little bit back here, and I think that's what is important. Here, you can see on the right, two pipes, the blue and purple, water and sewage. And you can see two manholes just next to two real ones. So if you look at your data, you can see them like really close, maybe a foot apart. But in reality, they're a little bit farther, which means that maybe you're proud of your data, but it's not necessarily good. So to me, I call AR, it's an ultimate quality control tool. If you see that your data does not match reality, then maybe it's time to go back and verify your data. If you see, for example, a street light like 100 feet tall or 1,000 meters tall, that's what I got once. It's because maybe someone put wrong units into that for that particular pole. So what else can we do here? So we can ask for attributes. So that's going to the device, right? So then we can, for example, view a 3D model of this fire hydrant, see how all the parts are called, and get the information, get the better idea what it is. We maybe even want to watch a maintenance video like this one. So, and I put the wrong video here. It's about catch basin cleaning. It doesn't matter. It actually tells you that's not a marketing video. Or we can connect, for example, to an IoT device. And in this situation, again, everything is real. You can see it's a different location. Again, I can go anywhere in that city and get all the data. But this time I will show you how we connect to an IoT device. In this case, it's a smart water sensor. Everything is real here, so how it all works, except the sensor itself. So it does not exist. It's just some service that generates some readings every 5 seconds and generates a JSON file, which I read from inside our AR app and show it here. So you can see it, how it all works. And if you come to our booth, you will see how it works in real time. So, and maybe here I can stop for a second, say that I'm just a geographer, there is no code. What you see right now, I didn't write a single line of code for this. So that's why it's important that I'm a geographer, not a programmer. So anybody, so with no code in our no-code environment can do something like this. So here you can see I can display a 2D map. This was generated when I submitted my request, my location. So this map did not exist at the moment when I requested the model. So it was created for me. And I can see, for example, who is that? So what is the parcel ID where the pipe is connected? Here I press the button, and that's, again, an important moment here. So you saw I pressed the button, which was called inspection, and this is the way back from your field worker to your central database. So you can take your data and write it. In this case, I write to Google Sheets just because it's so easy to show you, but it can go to anywhere. So any of your database system, any CAD, you can generate CAD files, you can generate shapefile with that. So, and we ask for an inspection for this pipe. So now we can move to a different location again, and again it works there. And you can see beautiful weather in Vancouver last Friday. So here it is. So I see that here I should have a catch basin. I don't see it because of all the leaves, but I know it's somewhere around here. It's a popular scenario, somewhere around here. So yeah, you can see it probably already. Yeah, I cleaned it a little bit, did something really nice for the city.
Common problem. Could be leaves or could be a flood. and you know there's a manhole down there somewhere, but it's murky water, you know, being able to locate it just like this. When you're in, we showed it to SFO, and SFO had a, you know, they, on all their fire hydrants, they have an arrow with a number, and the arrow points to where the shutoff valve is, and the number, the distance, but a car took it out and water was pouring out, and of course the fire hydrant was off on the side, and it took them 20 minutes to shut it off, and the guy was like, if I had this, I'd be able to just, you know, look at it, and then know where the shutoff valve was. So lots of different use cases, yeah. And SFO has FME, and they have all the data, so it's really easy for them,
Yeah, so they can have it like today if they build something like this, and they know how to do it.
They know how to do it.
So we also can talk through our app, and again, no-code environment, which actually I will show you quickly. Looks like this. So here you design your workflow, come to our booth, we'll tell more how it all works. We can connect to any API, and again, either extract information and deliver it to a field worker, or a field worker can, you know, fill out, maybe press a few big buttons, which is really convenient. I worked during the, you know, weather bomb 2 years ago, and it was like pouring rain for 2 weeks straight, and I made a video how I do that. And it's really hard if you have tiny buttons and everything. So we ask always to make big buttons for these things. So here I submitted a work order to CityWorks. It's a Trimble product, and it's all real. So it's a real interface of CityWorks, and you can see that whatever I typed in the field is reflected right here. So it all it's an honest video. So it's really happens. Here's another one. You can also, you know, maybe take a picture of something that happened in the field or didn't happen or about to happen and submit it. You know, a pavement is cracking. Maybe it's a potential disaster for something, or in this case, it was fixed, and I would like to submit, you know, a report. And in this case, I will just generate a simple HTML which stores the photo in S3 bucket. Again, you see, we can go anywhere. Stores it there and generates a simple report. Here I, again, say where I am, and it's just will work. So yeah, here I just pick that photo that I took and send it to the cloud. It's processed with those workspaces that I just showed you, which I all designed as not a programmer again. Yeah, here is our report. So this is it. So this is my presentation, my part of the presentation, and I pass it back to Don, and he will.
Awesome. Thanks,
Dmitri.
Dmitri.
More about our platform.
So the concept is really. Oh, is it here? Yeah. The concept's really simple, and which means it's easy to understand. You have a digital twin. And what if you don't have a digital twin? Well, many organizations have been putting their infrastructure data in a database for decades. We just never called it a digital twin there. We would call it like automated mapping, facilities management, or whatever. And so, So here we go. So what about the target platform? We've targeted iOS. So it works, our primary target was an iPad, works on an iPhone. If you have the headset, you're now inside the world. And so it just works, you'll see the same thing obviously in the headset, though now you're in a 360 as you move around, it tracks you and all that good stuff. We primarily targeted the iPad because our use case, utility workers, we haven't found many yet who are willing to put those on their users and walk around construction sites, and they all have iPads, you know, and so it's a smaller step. We're really excited by what we've seen, though. We do have the Apple headset, and we're excited by what we saw this morning with, you know, from Meta. And when it gets there, this technology will just work. And on the side, you can see, you know, proposed structure, you know, because you can also use it to engage the public, right? Rather than, and then underground, obviously, you bring it to the surface. Historic, Dmitri's done some amazing work showing historic structures. And and so that, FMEAR brings life to your digital twin. And you want to talk about T. Baker Smith? Oh, here you go. I got both mics.
Yeah, this is T. Baker Smith is our partner and beta testers for this product, and they really got excited when they saw it. And because they are like real professionals. They're all about accuracy, so they never go to the field without a GNSS receiver. We were hoping to skip that part, but well, it does not happen with these professionals.
Yep.
So, and then you wouldn't see that problem that you saw with my, pole being like 15 feet away.
Yeah.
So, and they would like, the pilot project they are doing right now is with DOTs. Their DOT was like really happy when they saw that. So what we can use our own symbology because they have strict rules how everything should look like. Yeah, right. So you don't need to talk to anybody. You just do it yourself. You style your data the way you need it. So I can see all my attributes. Yes, you can see all your attributes. Yeah. So and they're in Louisiana. They can have floods and all the problems. So and they can go to the roads and explore what part can be in danger and what they can do about that and see all the infrastructure.
Their levies, they're really interested in their levies, obviously.
So their next part again connected to the situation in Louisiana where they have to find the pipes where they can be close to the ground. So so that will be the next one, and we are really excited about that one too.
Yeah. And then the next one is Massport. So Boston Logan Airport, there's a massive construction going on. And again, being able to see where the existing infrastructure is really easily is a big deal. You have field workers, there's construction going on. Where is the pipe? Is there anything I need to be concerned about? They have all the data. Now with FMEAR, it's really easy for them to just publish it to any iPad. So the FME platform, we say we're the only all data integration, enterprise integration platform. Why do we say that? First, all data velocities, all data types, and all data locations. So all data velocities is really important. IoT devices, high velocity data streams, we do that. We do real-time events, and then we do the traditional, database or connecting applications, which other tools do. All data types. AR is a spatial problem. In order to do a good job, you have to understand location. The Earth is round, maps are flat. There's just 20,000 or more different ways you can go from one to the other. You have to understand how to do all that. And if you don't, you're in for a big surprise. So these are all the data types. We've been doing this for 30 years. We have 25,000 customers. And then all the spatial data types. And then, of course, all data locations. The world is full of data being scattered all over. So with our technology, you can move the processing to where the data is. So you can have one primary installed on, say, AWS, but then if you have some data in Azure, you can move processing to Azure. If you have some data in Snowflake, you can move the engine inside Snowflake using Snowpark container services. And then you can run natively on Linux, natively on Windows, on-prem, in the cloud, or any cloud. Native on Graviton, whatever you want to do. So that's our thing. Where do you want the processing is where we deliver it. So and it's all no code, as Dmitri said. So come on by. He is not a programmer. We would not let him write code. Super smart, he's a genius guy, but we know where he has the most value. And the cost. We talked about deployment. It's free. If you have our platform, you just get it. How do you make money? Well, we sell processing. At the end of the day, you boil it all down to support hundreds of users. There's going to be more requests, but we do not sell by the device. Somebody will have the app installed, and they might use it once a quarter, or only when there's an emergency. Or you'll have another user who's using it all day, every day. It's his primary device. How can you, charge for that? So we don't. And who are we? We're Safe Software. We're at booth 610, I think. We build FME. We've been doing this for 30 years. We have 25,000 customers around the world and 200,000 users. Probably never heard of us because we've been spending the last 30 years focused just on doing the best job of spatial. Raster, LiDAR, 3D, you name it. That's where we've been. But now we're excited because spatial is becoming important to the enterprise. So we're going head to head with some of the big players, and our value proposition is better. On Gartner Customer Choice Awards, this is picked by customers who are asked. You can see we're in the top right. It's alphabetical. We're not fourth. We should have been called Aardvark Software, but oh well. Yeah, and yeah, so come by our booth 612, and happy to. Yeah, oh yeah, we have a conference ourselves coming up. It's in Seattle, May 6th to 8th, 2025 next year. It's going to be full, about 2,000 people who are just primarily interested in data integration. So whether you use FME or you don't, it's going to be a great time. Yep. And any questions? Okay. Oh, got one over here.
Hi, yes. My name's Sven. I'm with Arab, and my question is, one of the use cases for public engagement, is this possible to share as a URL to the community so that everyone can see it, or is there a goal for that? Is that possible at this time, or what's the roadmap for that?
Yeah, we're going to release this at the user conference. Did I get that? Yeah, no, certainly if you see, you can share it. You won't be able to search on our website and find it. This is kind of a teaser for the user conference. There's other exciting technology coming out around AI and around data virtualization, but yeah, that's a good question, yeah.
So with the community, is that something still to come, I guess, I suppose, in terms of just kind of, releasing it to the public and, hey, what do you want to do at this park, sort of?
Yeah, we have a private beta. And so if anybody's interested, reach out to us and we can sign you up. You have to sign an NDA, and then you're free to play with it. Everything you see today is real. We didn't do any fancy, sleight of hand or anything like that. We just haven't quite finished. And but we wanted to give a teaser because this conference is so perfect for this. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, basically we added all those integrations that you saw, we added them in August, and suddenly like a whole new world opens. We had this viewer for 4 years, which was public, but once we realized how much more we can do,
yeah,
we decided, look, let's do it like really, really well.
Yeah. And yeah, so with that, we're out of time. Look at that. So thank you so much. Do come by the booth if you want to chat, and we can show it to you in person. There's nothing like actually having that iPad in your hand. And so thank you very much.
Thank you.